Okay, are you able to see the screen?
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
My Excel screens you can see, right?
Yes, sir. I can.
Okay, fine. Okay, so last class, the end of last class, we are discussing about the page setup
Sheet specific.
activities. Yeah, page setup activities. That is basically before you printing, you need to do some preparations for printing. Unlike other softwares, Excel contains a lot of sheets, and every sheet is very huge in size. So sheet may contains more than one records and other matters in one single sheet. So we need to prepare it for printing. Otherwise, it will print. Sometimes it will print a lot of pages, or maybe not printing pages properly, and so on. So the main thing, we need to identify what are the things to be printed on paper. That's the first thing. Then while printing something, for example, in front of you, our usual that employee record is here. Actually, this is a little bit taller and wider also, because there are a lot of columns here and a lot of rows. Around 44 rows are used in this sheet. Okay, so in this case, some people want to print this kind of document in one single sheet for a better view, or sometimes some people need another way, like multiple pages. Some of the part will be one page, some of the part will be in Excel page. So you have to decide what are things should be printed. Example here, this one I want to print in one single sheet. So what I can do is, first of all, we need to set the print area. So just select what are the things you want. Just select all the things. Okay, this time I don't want that total. If you want total, include total also. Select all of this things. I will reduce the zooming and show you like this. Look at my selected area is the records and the total row. These two are included, and make sure that it's better to reduce the heights and all, because if you increase in the height and all in some areas, this will be consuming lot of space. Example here, there is one column, we don't want this one. Okay, and this one also you can reduce the height. Okay, so this is now very smaller, normal size. Okay, and just selected all of this thing, all of the data, only this table of employees, and the coloring, the formatting, everything I am keeping as it is. Now, first thing, print area, set print area. Okay, because this sheet contains a lot of other things. Like here we have some function names. Again, here some functions are used. Again, here we look up columns and a lot of things we did here. But I don't want to print all this. Maybe I need to print this separately. So my first focus is printing the original, the data area, this one. So right now I am selecting all of this, okay, until the total, okay, the total of the, I think, wage payment only available here. Then print area, set print area. So this selection code printed once you are printing. But here you can notice that there is a small crossing line here. This means what? This part, column A, B, C, D and E will be printed in one sheet, and rest F, G, H will be in another sheet. And like this is only here, vertically the splitting is coming. And let me see the preview before we printing. Okay, this is in two sheets. First sheet contains 5 columns, A, B, C, D and E. Then the second sheet contains the remaining 5 or 6 columns. Okay, so this is not acceptable sometimes, because this column doesn't have any kind of column headings or anything. In that case, what you can do is, some people want this to be printed in one sheet only, the whole thing in one sheet. So we will go back to the normal area. Here there's an in page layout menu. We have an option called the scale to fit here, scale to fit. So width to be scaled into, right now automatically in Excel we decide how many sheet, how many pages, okay, the whole data will be printed in how many pages. But you can change that into, right now my requirement is I want to print the whole around 12 columns in one sheet. So I will select here, the width will be one page. Okay, now you can see that crossing line was gone. That means what? Previously it was here, the first, after the fifth column there was a crossing line, then rest will be. So now that's gone. So that means what is going to be printed in Horizontally there will be no breaking here, so horizontally all will be printed in one sheet. Vertically also we didn't discuss, but anyway horizontal automatically this vertically fitting in one sheet. If not, you can see some crossing line here also. That means you have to again you have set the height should be 1. Right now I don't think we need to, well, let us go and see the preview. File, print. So it takes only this much space, okay, because as it is scaled to fit the width, automatically the height also will be proportionately reduced. That's why now this is fitting into one page. But I don't think this is a good idea, because here the texts are become very smaller, so it's hard to read some of the data part here. So let's try another way. We will change the orientation and see, maybe it will make some more relaxation in the view. Okay, let's try orientation. Here itself there is orientation. You can go to landscape orientation. Now we can, okay, comparatively all the columns are visible properly, but I think the rows are not completely coming. Let's go back to the home and try page layout. This time height also will set one page. Come back to the preview and see what's happened now. Print. So it's coming like this way. So in this case it's all visible. All the rows are visible. Columns is better than that one, and even you can increase some of the column width manually. If the column is little bit width is less, you can increase by adjusting the margin section here. No need to go to the normal view to adjust the column width here. Each column we can give some more spaces. Example, the names you can give some space, job description, and many of the columns, so you can fit into the one page here. Actually we gave the fitting into automatic into one page width and one page height, but now we can do some manual fitting things, like click print here. There is a margin button. Carefully listen, here there is a small button, margin, show margins. Click that one. It will show every column's margin here, so we can just give some more space for every column, so automatically column width can be increased from here itself like this. So this will give you a better look, because the paper, the content data will be filled across the paper completely. So we can increase the smaller columns into bigger ones. Okay, so like this. Again, if any small columns here, yeah, this column, okay, serial number, which is the smallest one. Okay, this one we can make the page a little bit bigger. Okay, like that. If I'm increasing all the columns, then it's completely fitting into one page now. Okay, if you increase some more extra, then you cannot fit here. So let's try it this way. So now horizontally all the columns are fitting in the whole screen, whole page, and even the top margin also you can increase, reduce a little, because margin size is reduced right now. Here bottom also you can reduce. Okay, this is what completely fitting into the one single page. Okay, properly fitting here. So this is the maximum we can do with this. Horizontally and vertically we are fitting into one A4 sheet paper, so it doesn't look ugly, because it's completely printing all the areas of the paper. If you're printing this matter into a small area only, then it become ugly. So this time it's fine. So what we did, actually we set 2-3 things. Okay, the first thing, what right now it's ready for printing. Just show your printer and you can print it. What we did here, it is we selected the full thing, and in page layout, print area. Okay, this will select what are the things to be printed in a single print task. Okay, one print task. If I am giving print, what are the contents to be printed? That's the first thing I am selecting, the print area. Then I have done this scaling of horizontally one page, vertically, that means height and width will be 1:1. That's fine. So right now all the things are in here, and also to fill the content into a single page, we did some margin adjustment in the printer area, so it's completely, the page is completely filled. The second thing is, like sometimes for me this is where let's change the orientation to landscape, normal portrait mode. So this time okay, already this is look here completely visible here. Sometimes we can do one thing, page layout. Here the height I am not carrying, I can go for any. So let me make this automatic and file, print and see, still it's here, because when you reducing the size, reducing the width into one page, what are actually happening is automatically the height also will be reduced. Okay, so let's try. I don't want all the things, like I can go with this horizontally 2 pages, or I'm going to change my selection. Okay, this time I'm going to clearing my print area. Now again, I don't want all the things, so let's few things. Okay, let's try. Okay, there is a this one, what you called merging. Okay, merging. So I'm just removing the merging right now. Mergings are removed. Okay, now I can select, including the title. It up to you, say hours work pay, up to here only. Okay, so this I'm going to select and printing this time, but I want this in more than one page, so I'm clicking here, print area, set print area, width is one page, height is automatic. Let's try this way. File, print. What is the result here? Okay, the scaling is there. Let me check. Scaling fit horizontally. Okay, we can try increasing the scaling, and it's too much. Custom scaling, scale, no scaling, what will happen? Okay, this is what no scaling, without any scaling. But actually without any scaling, this goes and fitting into horizontally 2 pages. Look at this. Okay, so here what is the issue means, this data, with this data we already did many adjustment. Example, we increase this width, we increase the name also a little bit, so we can start reducing it, and rest of the column will automatically come and fit here right now. So this you can do a small adjustment here. Then you can make this into one page. This automatically the rest of the columns are coming and fitting here. Now we have only one column left, it seems. I think the pay column. That also will come right now once you are giving some gap here. Yeah, rate. Let me see whether the column is coming or not. Yeah, it's coming here. This column are very huge width. Now this you can start increasing. Okay, this department to be increased, okay, and your name also to be increased. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this data is now currently fitting on one page properly, and the size also is bigger. The view size also bigger, because we just printing only up to pay column. Okay, in extra columns like the insurance, HR, and all we added while doing practical. So if you want that also, of course, this whole text must be reduced. The size must be reduced. Okay. Now what if you have more data? Let me try that way. This I'm going to copy this one into a new sheet. This is my new sheet here, and also I'm copying few records, and duplicated data. There is a merging here. From here, around more than 30 records I am copy, paste here, and I am continuing this numbering. So right now we have around 71 data, 71. Here I am showing the sum of the total here. Okay, 71 records. So now I am going to set this as my print area. In this one, for page layout, print area, set print area. Let's try file, print. Okay, so this is now 2 pages. Actually this 2 page means it is horizontally 1 page, but vertically 2 page, means here up to 42 only. If I am clicking the second page, I can see the rest of the data. Okay, so horizontally this will be completely, all the columns are visible here. So we can make it a little bit bigger, the columns, and we'll make adjustment to fit in 1 page. Okay, it's perfectly fitting. But the problem here, we have a problem like the first page contains all the column headings and company name, everything. Second page doesn't have this thing. Okay, so I think the last class we discussed this one. If you want to print something on top of every page, then we have to go to the same. There are many methods. Even the techniques we are discussing right now can be done in multiple way. So one of the common way is print titles. Okay, so just click on print titles. This will be, look at this. The print titles are available in the section called page setup. So keep in mind, you have page setup, small dialog window. Here we have page, margins, header and sheet. Okay, same thing we'll get from here also. File, print, here the page setup, but you are in the preview and also you will get this thing. Okay, but when you go into sheet and you can see these things here, sheet all content, but when you click here again you have to go back to the home. So better come to home, this area, sorry, page layout in the main view, and print titles. Click on rows to be repeated top here and select. If you want to repeat the company headings and the column headings together, then select all the 4 rows, or if you want only the column headings only, then select this row number 4. Row number 4 contains, here asking rows to repeat, so select the row number 4 will be repeated in first page and second page, and accept this one. Click OK. Then now go and see the printing. File, print. First page contains company name and the report heading as well as the column heading in first page. I think we need to reduce a little bit width here. Okay. Second page contains, look, column head is printed. Okay. If you want completely, then the repeating part will be not only the first this thing. First row you can select like this, all the 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, if you select all the 4 rows, then in every page of the report contains the company name. This is the first page, contains company name, report headings and column headings. Second page also contains company name, everything. Okay, so it's up to you what you want. So basically maybe we don't want the main headings like the company name and all in every things, or up to the requirement. Maybe we required something, that time you repeat all the 4 lines, otherwise only keep the few things and you can at least column. Next thing is, if you have a bigger reports, of course you need to add the header and footers. Header and footer means especially footer we are adding something called the page number and those kind of things. Page number, sometimes file name, sometimes the company name, and we report date or something. So for that there are 2 methods to do, and this one easy method is simple and easy method is this page setup in the print preview. There is header and footer section. So a header having one section here and footer also. There are some predefined headers like this is a header means on the top. You can see here a small gap. This gap is for header area. Okay, our data is starting from this. I think there's in the margin there's a small gap here. This gap is for header and this gap is for footer. Okay. Also this you can adjust. If you want footer should be raised a little bit higher, or the header must be lowered, or it's up to you. You can do it by adjusting these lines here. Okay. This, but keep it like as it is here, and we are going to page setup here. Simplest way. Okay. Page setup here, header and footer. If you want any of this custom like sheet, one of let's say we have 2, so it will show now. This is we are in second sheet, so it will come sheet 2, page 2 of 2, something like that, or confidential and date, and these are the available customly available headers here. Execute train page and the date, everything. Okay, if you want that, you can try that one. Example, let's say execute train, the file name and then the date and all. Click OK. This will be added to here. Execute train page 2 and the date is in the header. If you want to adjust the footer, again header and footer. Footer have custom footers, page 1 of something. So this will be added to footer here. Page 2 of 2 in the previous page, it shows page 1 of 2, something like that. Okay. If you don't want this and you want something your own method. Okay. So that time you can make this none. This make none, and footer also make none. Then what you can do is custom header. Custom header means we define what header part you want. So you have here, look at this, we have let's apply and see. Okay, then nothing will be here. Okay, here header and footer, I want customize my header. So the middle I am writing here, let's say this is what is this document is pay slip. Okay, or payment, let's say pay slip. payslip. Okay, and that's enough for me in the middle. Footer I'm writing here, let's say what can say here, the date. Okay, the date, something if you want to write manually, you can write it manually. Otherwise, the dates and the numbers, page numbers, time, everything, file name, pictures, we have fields here. For example, this is date, insert a date. So the left side I'm keeping a date, right side I'm keeping page of page. Page of page means here you can see insert a page number, insert number of pages, right? So this one is the first page, space of, then look at this, what I did. Initially I just selected the stamp of page number, so it will be like, for example, we are on the first page, so 1, it will return 1. Then I putting a space, after this I am writing a space, okay, then I put off, okay, page of, first page of, then again space and the total number of pages. This is what the number of pages, okay, so this one. So it's a and page of and pages, that means page of, because this is every page, this will keep on changing. So first page it shows 1 of 2, then second page shows 2 of 2, something like that. So this is the right section. We have a middle section also. Middle section, let's say I'm just simply writing a report. So my footer will be, date will be in the left side, middle will be a report, and let's say pay slip report or something like that, payment report, okay, payment report. Here it's the page number. So let's click OK and apply. You can see the date here, payment report, and 1 of 2, page 1 of 2, whatever you can write. If you customize it again, page setter, header and footer, the custom footer, you can write here page space page 1 of 2, something like that. Look at this, so page 1 of 2 here, payment report. So this is what, how we customizing here, okay. Or if you want to say file name or something, there is field here. Again go for page setter, header and footer, custom footer. This part I want the file name. So let's say here, this is what insert file name. So it comes like file. So click OK and click OK. Now it's showing day 6 XLS. Okay, so this is the file name. So if you, in this case, you have to properly name the file, must give a meaningful name for the file, then it will be looking properly, the name will be showed here properly. So this way you can give custom headers and footers, okay, or you can give predefined footers, headers and footers already available here. It's very easy to add it. There are a lot of listed items available, page 1, sheet 3, whatever it's confidential, in the header part as well as footer part also, okay. You can choose whatever you want, okay. So that's header and footer. Now other settings of header or footer, if you go here, you have option called insert. Insert contains header and footer, okay. This will give you some more advanced options, like it will really show you like what you want in the beginning, okay, the header part, the left side, the middle, the right side, and even if you go into the, if there is a button here, go to footer. Footers also have left side, middle and the right side. So already we applied this one, that's why it's showing here. Just simply you can delete and you can retype, or there are a lot of fields, same thing here, like page number and other sheet name, pictures and all things. You can, sometimes you may need a picture, a small logo and all, you can try the picture file, but make sure that you are in Excel, pictures are compatible with the Excel, that means smaller size of picture and all. We can add here switches and other things, okay. So that's what header and footer by this way, okay. Simply select those areas, so you can switch between, go to header, go to footer, okay. Header, this is header part, this is the footer part, okay. It's a special view for adding the header and footer, okay. So this is what in the normal Excel, normal way, default way, how we did it. So once you are done with this thing, header and footer, so this is the header and footer view. You can go back to the normal things, and we have here the normal view in the, okay, the normal view it won't show you where we have, okay, in the normal view won't show you, but the when you inserting header and footer, it will show the, okay, like this, okay. We have 3 areas here, 1, 2, 3, and the bottom also 1, 2, 3. So that way you can design. But this will show complete data and the header and footer or everything, but the simplest method is go to the print and try this page setup here, header and footer. Okay. These two will be almost give the same result, but if based on your convenience, you can maybe which one you prefer feeling better. This only look at this very small sections here, but when you go into the normal view, page layout and sorry, insert and header and footer, it gives you like this, the big menu here. Different first page, maybe the first page we don't want numbers and all, so you can make a separate header and footer for first page, and rest of the pages you can go with page numbers. So many documents you can see some of the first page doesn't have that page number and all. Maybe page number starts from the second page, so you can make a different first page, and first page will be you can do some modification. That's what. Next is then finally what we can do is the printing part. Printing means now before printing we did all these things like header and footer and all the things. Now in this printing, this area we have to consider what printer you want, because your printer must be installed here, and most of the printers are ready. If the printer is not online, it shows some errors here, maybe printer is busy or printer is not ready, any message will come. And also printer have properties here. Before you printing, you choose a printer and you have to choose the printer properties that will give you, that will change. For example, for me, I am showing you this printer property which I am currently having. It's okay, let it load. So every printer have its own properties. Some printers are duplex printers, will print both sides. Okay, so let me try other printer. Toshiba. So based on the printer, these properties will change. So it will load, it will communicate with the printer and shows the details. So the Toshiba, this printer having a lot of information like color, you want auto, full black, and two-side printing. So based on the printer to printer, this dialog box may change. Okay. So if you have a highly sophisticated and complicated printer with a lot of features, then all the features will be available here. What if you don't want to print like duplex printing? Duplex printing means both sides. Then you can try here. I want one side. Okay, this is only one side. So every page will be printed in single pages. Sometimes when you make reports and all annual report, some companies they don't want to print in both sides. Keep it all in separate pages, or opposite also. So this is second. So this is a printer we have, and here there are a lot of additional options of that printer. But this is like stapling and hole, punch hole. This all you can set up here. Okay. So simply you select the printer, and if you want to do some printing settings, you can click on printer properties. The next thing is what you want to print. Already if you have print area selected, then automatically that will print. Otherwise you can see how many sheets you want to enter, print, enter. Workbook means you have multiple sheets inside, all get printed in once, that all the full file will be printed. Or active sheet means when you click home, what you're seeing, this is my active sheet, this sheet may be my active sheet, so only I want to the sheet number printing, this one printing is my active sheet. So this is the photo data object, nothing can be printed by using that option, file, print, active sheets here. Or even this active sheet is if your selection is too bigger and you have a lot of data, then you can choose from here print pages from first page till sixth page, or whatever number you want, you can do that one. And some of the printers selected, that printer supports duplex, it shows here print on one side or both sides. It's up to you, can choose it here. And also if you printing on both sides, how can be the other side, maybe other side reversed, opposite thing, all comes here, like you know, the flipping part. Okay, when you're flipping, sometimes you know when we will flip like a letterhead. Okay, letterhead means what? The second page printing starts from the bottom part, not on the top part. Okay, so if you are binding in the left side, when you stapling in the left side, normal is fine. That means this one. If you are binding or in the stapling in the top, okay, top like here. Yeah, okay, we have 2-3 copies and we are stapling here. So that means what? You are turning like a letterhead. So in that case, the back side of this to be printed from the bottom to top. Okay, just opposite. Otherwise, what will happen? We cannot read it properly when it opening the page. The back side of the first page cannot be readable because it will become in a rotated way. So this is the best option. print on both sides. This thing so should be printed in different way. Okay, so this all based on where you are going to bind the book. Okay, if you most probably we are binding in the left side only. Left side we are either we staple the report or we maybe a comb binding or spiral binding, whatever it is. So left side. So this is the option for left side. Okay, look at this. The page is turning from left to right or left turn right to left, whatever it is you can do. Next one is if you have multiple copies. Let's say how many copies you want. Okay, you have copies number here. 1. So if I am adding 2-3 copies of my report, then how it should be printed. Right now we don't face the issue because as we are printing this thing in one single page. Look at this, we have only one page, right? When you're printing the other sheet, the sheet which you made here, somewhere we made a report, right? A bigger one, where it is. Okay, anyway, if you have multiple rows, that time we need to check this one. Okay, for example, let's say one single copy maybe contains 2-3 pages of data, pages of Excel rows and all. In that case, if you want such a, let's say this is a report contains 3 pages or 2 pages, I want that 3 copies. So you have 2 options. Individual pages must be printed multiple copies. Let's say first page, how many copies you want? 3. Second page 3. For third page, in that order if it's printing, it's hard because you need to sort it back to before stapling, because all the full set will be first page only, other set will be second page only, third set will be third page only, like that 3 copies you get. So you have an option here, collate. So collate option will be completely printing one set first, then the second. Look at here, the numbers are easy to understand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 means what? Every single set contains all the pages of that set. So you take the printout of the first set and you can staple. Then you can take the second set and you can staple or bind, whatever it is. That's easy. If not collated, what will happen? You need to sort it. You have to take it first page separately, second page separately, like that. Then you have to sort and staple it. Then only you will get a booklet or a report of that one. So that's what you have to consider here. Look at this, the uncollated what? Let's say I am writing here 3 copies. 3 copy means every page will be printed 3 times, 3 separate pages. So let's say in this option, if I am selected uncollated, first page will be 3 times will come. The first task of the printer will be printing that into 3 times. Then only it will consider the printing second page. Again, second page will print 3 times. Then the third page will be printing 3 times. Like keep on continuing this task. Then once printing is done, you may need to manually sort it one by one. Sort it means take first page from first set, second page from second set, and keep it together. Then need to staple. So it's a burden for you if you have multi-page reports and all. Okay, and if the printer support stapling and all, you can try, because this is based on the printer. Okay, because the this kind of multi-function devices which I am selecting here, Toshiba, it may contains a part called finisher. Okay, finisher contains sorting part, finisher may contain punching unit, finisher may contain staple unit. If your finisher is attached to the printer, then only you will get this option. And also finisher must contain all the consumables like staples and other things. So then this will be ready and you can do. So let's say here, if you click this one, it will be stapled in the top left. Okay, otherwise if the Arabic reports and all, we are stapling in the other opposite direction. Bottom, I don't think it would be a good idea, bottom stapling. Or like booklet kind of thing, you can left side to, okay, you can turn like a book, and opposite also, and top like what you called in the top like a letterhead kind of thing. And there is some stapling in the middle also, so that you can fold and you can keep as a book. Okay, that's one of the advantage here. If you stapling in the middle, like most of the booklets are stapled in the middle. In A3 sheet, if you print in A3 and you fold it in, then it become good. But this is actually, this option is here. The last option is not good for printing Excel reports and all, because what will happen means, if you are printing something in an A3 sheet, the second page half will be in the bottom. So it will become actually this kind of booklet and all, once we are done with Excel, we can use some publishing software, at least minimum Microsoft Word also okay. Otherwise, you have to go with Adobe InDesign or Illustrator or whatever it is. You can use the Page Nation and other things, arrangement layouts and layout you can set up in those software while you're printing in the middle. Otherwise, middle while printing means what will happen? This become in a two side, like exactly if you open a booklet in the middle page, you can see the staple in the middle. So all the pages are in different sheets. Okay, so let's manage that one and you can do that one. But I don't think that be possible. I mean required. Maybe this one or two staples on left will be perfect. Staple top left, two staples, or top staple right, two staple on right. Either this four option we are using. This also perfect. This for making book. Okay, book binding. Okay, so right now I am not selecting any kind of stapling, so I will be printing. And also the orientation, the page setup, same thing can change here also. Paper size you can change here, because most of the printers are default it's set up for A4. So if you're changing here letter then and click print, by default it won't print. It will wait for your confirmation in the printer. Either you need to load letter paper inside and one tray is there, default paper is letter, then the printer will print. Otherwise it will wait for the user input. User need to go and accept, okay, I am ready, I am okay with printing in A4, because the printer only may be capable of printing in A4 and it's loaded with A4 sheet. You are telling here I want to print in letter or legal or something like that, but it's not possible, right? Because the size, look at here, the size of legal or letter, height is almost same, but width has some big difference. Width here less width, 27 centimeter, 27.9, but an A4 is 29. There are 2 centimeter width is extra, and letter have a half centimeter height also extra. So this is a different dimension, and in that way we already set this for A4 and everything is fitting properly in the margin. When you're putting this on a different paper, maybe the fitting, the scaling may be not done properly, or content may be not fit. Maybe one column will be printing on another sheet. So that's why if you click on A4 and the printer is, most of the international printers and the printers you are using here is A4 or A3 printers, not a letter legal paper loaded printer. So don't worry about that. But some printer, by default, if you install in Microsoft Office, generally we can see the default paper size is letter. So if you have that option, you have to change into A4 and print it. So also this option is available in the page layout here to change the size of the paper, A4. Okay, if it letter means the page width will be lesser, because as I told you, around 2 centimeter width is less in letter size, and height is half centimeter extra height will be available in letter. Okay, so maybe the width is very important, because when you are printing something like this, the columns, maybe one column, one or two columns extra can be fitted in an A4 sheet. That paper that you are printing on letter, the column maybe one or two column may be missing in letter paper. Okay, so that's you have to consider the things. So the best option is, before starting like this kind of data, a tabular data, first before start anything, make sure that your paper size is selected into A4. Okay, then you start your work. Then it's 100% matching the setup page setup of paper also A4, and your work also will be fitting into A4. Otherwise, some kind of paper width issues will happen. So you can avoid that by selecting the proper paper size before you starting. Make sure that you are doing something for printing purpose. These days, we are very less only we print, because most of the people are interested e-files or PDF files or something like e-copies. They don't want to waste paper. That will help the environment and all, save environment. You can reduce the use of paper. So unless that is urgent or is required, only we will print it. Most of the cases we will make report as PDF and all. That time I don't think there is a big deal of making PDF into a letter or a letter size or A4 size or A3 size, whatever it is. You can accordingly you can adjust. But your intention is to print and distribute something, or this must be printed sometime. This may be both method, maybe ebook and or soft copy and print. Then make sure that paper is a compatible paper with your printer. So you can try A4 paper or A4 or A3. That's the most commonly used paper size in Middle East and Asia and all. But when you go into US and UK, there will be some changes like letter or legal and so on. Okay, so that's fine. So you can try that option of papers here, paper. And finally the margins here, margins already we can see here by clicking this button, but still you have option like some default margin size, because when you touch like this is our margin, we just randomly adjusting the left and right and top and bottom, but maybe our company is following all of the report in a standard margin. Then there are some few standard like normal, wide and narrow, these three are some standard margins. Okay, normal is 1.91 top and so on. Wide will be wider margin in the top, bottom, all area. Head and top, bottom, left and right will be 2.54. Narrow will be top will be lesser. Okay, you can see the dimensions here. Left and right will be smaller, very smaller than. Then we have option to custom margin. Custom margin means we will decide that what will be our top and right. So sometimes we will do this because of the content, the page content is too much data is there to be fitted in one page. Then we will start reducing the top and bottom and all the margins, if that is only required if you want to fit a lot of data in. Otherwise, for a relaxed view, the normal is better. Normal will give you left side 1.78 centimeter, right side also same thing, top and bottom a little bit higher, 1.91 centimeter top and bottom. Okay, then we have header and footer section. Here you can see the gap here. This header and footer falls in the top and bottom margin. Okay, there is no special space there, because look at that, the top margin of normal is 1.91. that means already it's allocating top the pages border to your starting text, I mean your data, 1.91. so they are getting a gap. In that gap, the header starts on 0.76 centimeter areas. That means the first line start here 0.76, and you will get some space here. Here also the same thing, we have a gap here, so that you can adjust the header and footer part if you have header and footer. Otherwise, no need to adjust that one, because head footer, most probably look at the page we have here. We already have the company heading and subheading, the address part and all, and report heading also added here. So I don't think a further heading will be ugly for this one. So in that case, we can adjust the header part into top like this, keep here. So your main heading will be start from the beginning. Now footer, maybe we need page number or some kind of because in here we do not have footer in the page, in the file itself, so we can add a footer separately by using this. Either the page setup here, let's try something, footer of a default footer of page 1 of something, this one, so that will be added here. Look at this, page 1 of 1. So this is the footer area. This footer area will comes in this margin of let's say 0.76, because we are now totally we change the custom margin. You can see custom margin. What's the custom margin here? 1.2 in the left, 1.8. so let's make this also 1.2, 1.2. So here 1.2, 1.2 both side. Then custom margin 1.2, 1. Top 0.9, bottom 1.4. So bottom we have a bigger space here. Top we reduce the header part. That's why that is less here. Okay. So that you can adjust and you can print it based on your requirement. And also scaling sometimes you have smaller data. This is a very important thing. Let's try this way. We have, okay, this is now perfectly fitting the current one single sheet in that. Let's say there's a small gap here that you can adjust by adjusting one of the column width. Okay, some more. Okay, now it's perfectly fitting here. This thing. The horizontally fitting all the columns, right? What if you have a smaller data? So this just print it, you will print it. Home, I don't want all of this one. House cards, the academy, and few data like this. Page layout, clear and set print area, file, print. Okay, this is up to here only, because already we set the column width here. That's fitting. Let's try one more, not this way. Let's try a few columns. Sorry. Okay, like this. Okay, print area, set print area, file and print. Okay. Look at this one. This is now the data is not fitting into the paper separately. Okay, paper is only to a corner, so we can fill it. So you can try zooming this one. Zooming means maybe this is the 100%. You can little bit increase by scaling option here. Okay, scaling option we have no scaling is applied here. Okay, you can try custom scaling option in the page setup itself. Having custom scaling option is also go open the dialog box here. Keep on trying. Increasing the scaling. Now this is the 100% size. 100% is not fitting into a paper completely, so we have here the gap. Okay, this gap, automatically, for example, if you're increasing the width by, let's assume 25% or 20%, automatically the height also get increased, because like this, if this is a box, you are increasing size from horizontally, so automatically, look at this, when I'm moving like this, let's say I'm clicking, I can't do that way, clicking here and dragging this corner horizontally. So when I'm reaching this point, look at this, the height is up to here. Okay, we'll try this way. Keep on trying the size, let's say 150. Okay, little bit increase, so not that. Again, I can go more scaling, 140, 140. Okay, 140 reach here, 145 something scaling will be, I think, sorry, 140 custom scaling, 150, 150. Okay, 150 is fine. Okay, I can adjust little bit the left and right, okay, margins. So now perfectly center. So this is the maximum we can do. Okay, now we have no room in the right side to increase the size. So the 100% was smaller, 150 at least fitting on both of the edges of the paper. This is what I selected. I selected few columns only. Well, there are 4 columns I selected and around 18 rows I have selected. So this is what maximum I can do. Now again, to fill something, I can the header footer part I can little bit increase, and it looks now okay. This is the maximum we can do. Now few more scaling you apply, what will happen? This will jump into the next page. Okay, right now page 1 of 1 is here, page 1 of 1, and completely visible, completely fitted into one full page, and is more larger version, because this is not 100%, this is 150. Okay, 150. The scaling is 150. Where is it? Okay, where is it? 150%. Okay, that's one option. Or you have option, because this is an radio button. Radio button means either you can choose only one. You cannot go for both of the option. Only one. Either you can do this your manual scaling, or you can go fit into one page horizontally, one page vertically, like we did it here in the other options. In the page layout, there is option like width and height here. Okay, so there is scale to it. So this is maximum we need to do while printing. Okay, this page setup, margin, orientation, size, print area, then print title. So you have background and not background, we can add a picture. So let's say you want to add a company logo or something to the background, we can apply that background, a picture, a small logo. Okay, it will come like a watermark kind of things. Okay, logo. So that can be added, but maybe not good for sometimes. And if you have multi-page data, you can break the pages. For example, you have 200 records. Okay, so just click one of the area, then you can apply break, insert a page break. So let's assume 10. So 10th data will be printed in the next page. Okay, apply insert page break. Now you can see file print. Okay, up to 9. 10th will be in the next page. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So this sometimes we need every page, no need lot of data, but we are required like 15 rows is required in one page. So just 15 you apply a page break like that, or maybe the data contains from some other category of job description or something. So you can one category in one page, second. So every category wise you can do a page break here. Okay, that will allow us to print this in multiple pages. Okay. So this is also a part of page layout, background, print titles, and these things. And other thing is, when you're printing a data, let's try some data, copy and data, and clear everything, including the column heading is better. Okay, Control C, one of the sheet here, and pasting that bit here. And I'm clearing all the format. I don't want any kind of formatting. Clear the format, something like this. Okay. So after I'm clearing my format, this doesn't have any kind of borders or anything. Let's try this one with some coloring, dark and light text here. Okay, and make it bold heading. Okay, this my table is ready. So right now I do not have any kind of border. So again I'm selecting this whole thing and page layout, print area, file, print. So that's going to print here. Look at this. Okay, this data doesn't have any kind of column format, or like there is no row, column heading, and rows or column separators. Okay, that means there is no lines. Okay, it's the stripes and also for that I can go. A simple option is go to the there are two options. One option is go to view, and there's option here grid lines. Okay, in page layout also you can see print what print grid lines. Grid lines should be printed. Okay, so this time when you click print of grid lines, then whatever lines here, these Excel default things will be printing in your report also. Let's fine, you can see now, look at the data, it's contained. So we do not you added any kind of borders for the cells or all borders or any border, but still while printing this will print the borders for every record or every row. So this is easy method, you do not apply any here. Also sometimes in visibility, some people doesn't like this grid lines here, so you can go with the either page layout. There is a view option, grid lines view, you can remove it. Look at now, completely like a white paper. Okay, and we have a problem here. The problem is what this horizontally this is going to print in one. So let's try this way, reducing some of the width. Yeah, now it's perfect. Okay, this is the page border. Okay, here now it's completely fitting in one page. File, print, full data will be printed in one page with the grid. This grid is not in here, you can't see the grid here because automatically grid display here on the view grid lines. The grid lines you can turn on and off. This remember in view, this is only for view, not for printing purpose, because it show grid lines, show ruler, show formula bar and so on, right? When you go into page layout, we have here also same thing, sheet options, we have grid lines, view and print. Okay, so the view here we can enable or disable in two area. First area in the view tab, second area in the page layout in the sheet options, and the printing time only available in the page layout area. The second, this is for printing. Even view may be not showing here, but print shows the grid lines. Look at this file, print, grid lines will be visible while printing. While doing editing and all, grid lines are not visible here. Okay, you can write some selection and you can write names and all, like for example E, letter letter E. Okay, you can draw some designs and all by selecting E. Okay, based on cell, then first of all you reduce all the column width into smaller one, and you can try some letters and all by selecting and filling coloring set. So if no grid lines here, nobody can see, oh, this is less. People think this is text, but actually this is cells we colored. Okay, clear or format. Okay. The next thing when you done printing is done, next is file. Sometimes we need to export in different formats. Not everybody required hard copy. So if you want soft copy, save us your file into PDF version available here. PDF. This is what PDF. So you can just simply save it as PDF. Once it's done, it will open a PDF view, okay, of the file. Yeah, it's done. It seems, yeah, it's opening right now. So that page is print. Before printing, I can just convert. So this will save the environment. No need to waste a lot of paper. Simply you can save as PDF and you can share with even later also. If you want to do some amendments, you can use either a PDF editing tool, or you can come back to Excel and do it properly. And it's safe also, so because not easily editable. Okay, if you have some stamps or some watermarks inside, you must have a proper file. Now other thing is, like if you sharing your file to somebody, maybe it may contain some confidential data. In that case, last time we discussed one thing like protecting the sheet and all. In one of our session we discussed protecting sheet in the format area. Here we have protect sheet and lock cell. This time I'm showing you something like how you can protect your file, the whole file. If you're sharing this file to somebody, we can set a password to open as well as a password to edit also, because some people are allowed to see the content but not to edit. In that way you can do a protection. So for that, while we saving, maybe there are two methods, but when you can save, I'm going to save this file as a second copy with protect. I'm giving the name as day6 file protected. So in this case, protected file can be shared with the people, and the original, we have day6 file also, that the original, my file name is day6, is here, day6 file. It doesn't have any protection, but I'm making a file, an extra file, a copy of this file. Let's say I'm saved properly. Okay, this is what day6 file. Now for me this file is enough. I don't want to protect this. This is my computer. My computer is protected by username and password. But when I'm sharing this one with somebody, I'm clicking save as, and I'm giving a name. It's not mandatory to your file also you can make it as protected, but I'm writing here protected version, protected, then protected, and the protection is here. The tools, there is a general option, general tools, general. In there you can go with password to open and password to modify. Let's say password to open, I'm trying 1 2 3. If somebody want to open and see the content, it's fine 1 2 3, but they want to edit 1 2 3 and 4, so I'm applying 2 password here. Read only recommend means somebody who doesn't know the modify password, it will open and it become read only. Okay, so click OK. Again it's asking password, re-enter the password to press. So this password is the open password 1 2 3. Again plus you the second password 1 2 3 4. So 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 my password. I will click save. Okay, so my file is saved. I'm going to try open the file. It's in Schwab Excel day6 protected, this file. Okay, almost same size, smaller increment is there in kilobytes, around 15 around 20-25 kilobytes are increased. Look at this. Okay, asking the password, so I'm writing 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3 4, my second password to modify. Click OK. So now it's perfectly open and I can do the modification because I applied both of the password. Okay, if I apply only one password, what will happen? It will open as read only. Then I can't do any kind of modification in my existing file. Also make sure that you have a file Excel options. There is a name here. Look at the username. This username is very important because this will be stamped into your file as a tag. Okay, the author tag. This author or owner of the file is this one. So let's assume that you are borrowed someone's computer. In that case, you need to change this username into your name while you doing the file. Okay, and save it. Before saving, you just change this author tag and save it. Then you can share through your email and all. Otherwise, what will happen means the file author tag will be added as someone else's name. Let's try here. This file, if you check in the properties of this file, any file, even day6 also properties, here the details which shows the author is execute rate. Okay, so people can easily identify, okay, who made this file. Maybe you did it, but you used a different computer. Because of that reason, they are adding an extra tag here. Okay, that person will be XYZ, person XYZ. So XYZ name will be the author. Your work will be, this time you will, people will say, no, this is not you did it, someone else did it. So better before you saving or even while save as also, you can try this author's name into a different name in the Excel options. And now we are in Excel options. You can see a few things like the first thing, the color. Here I am using a black theme here. That's why my title bar and other areas are black menu and all. So I can try instead of black, silver. Okay, silver and apply. Look at the change happening here. This is silver, and the next one is blue. It seems as a blue color. Okay, it's not a big thing, but based on your color preferences, you can change. It's in the olden Microsoft Office having this one. Okay, so you can change into color, and also there are a lot of options available. Few of the options like helpful options are here. Save will be one of them. Save means your default saving location you can change. That means when you're saving all the time, where you want to save. Here the default file location and also auto recovery. Recovery means what? if you do not save the file and Excel got crash or system got shut down or failure, it will keep a recovery file. So the location is this one. So you can create another folder, my unsaved files or recovered file, something in my documents, and you can show. But mainly we need to show this thing. Okay, this will help us to save easily to a specific folder, because in documents you might have a lot of different types of files. So best option is create one folder in the documents for your Excel files. Let's try this way. I'm having a folder here in documents for Shajid Excel. This is for your class I made. So I just copy this path. This is the path. Next time, if I'm copying any file, I will so not copy, save any file. It will directly save into, let's say, Shajid Excel. And the full path I saved here. Click OK. And now closing. I'm closing my all Excel things. Everything is closed. Opening a new Excel. Okay, I did something. And now I'm saving this file saved. Okay, so my location, look at this, it's going to save in the Shajid Excel. So you don't need to go and double click in Shajid Excel all the time. So automatically save here, just give a name here, save test, save test. This file is save test and save. Okay, so this will be helpful if your company having a file server. Okay, file server. So some file server is having a very lengthy and complicated path, something like this. Look at the path here. It's N drive, but real is 192.168. The address will be there. So that address, this path, you can, I think this is mapped here. If not mapped, you can copy that path into the options here in Excel options. Save default locations. You can set that one. That will help you. Then other things like the language, the thesaurus, like default dictionaries and other kind of things are here, and lot of additional customization options are available. By default, everything will be fine. If you don't want some preferences, you just read and you can do that. The ribbons and all here, we have some of the ribbons are hidden, like review, add-ins and background removal. This all you can add on, remove it. Also, you can add some content from here to the extra ribbon and all is possible. But that all become in an intermediate or advanced level of this one, like customizing, especially the developer tab. Developer tab is for doing macros and VP applications and all. So if you need it, you can do that tabs. Otherwise, even here also some of the tabs like view tab or review tab is not there. If you add it, you can add it later if any time. Or maybe formulas you are not using at all, you can hide it, that tab here. Okay, some people don't want more complexity, so you can make it simplified, like home, insert and view, remove all, maybe page layout also required, formulas and data, all you can hide it. Okay, so that was the options here. So options also will change time to time based on this one, and also we have add-ins here. If you add some extra plugins or something with work with Excel, you can find it here. Here we have analysis toolpack, VBA. So this will be help you to find out what are the plugins already added to that one. And the trust center will help you to how the macro based and let's say some security. Reason is here when Excel, I will show you the basic things of that one. Go to access ribbon. You have a developer part here. Click OK. Do a show developer here. It contains a Visual Basic. Look at this. It's actually a programming interface, Visual Basic. By using this Visual Basic programming interface, you can do coding here, Visual Basic coding. So people are allowed to attach some code to any Excel file. So this code can be a part of the Excel file, or maybe some complex code, maybe accessing your system data like files or some other areas of system may be accessing. This may be a kind of virus also can build it. So by default, what kind of security is required? This kind of additional extra modules, if you added to an Excel file, that will harmful for some computer or maybe your confidentiality. So you can do one thing like not allowing this kind of extra modules added or extra things allowed by doing this kind of option here, security area, trust center. You can do that, protecting your privacy and security, this section for that purpose. Okay, so this generally version to version, these options also will change. So we discussed right now how you can save your file into ebook, and as well as this one changing the password. Here also the permissions here, protect your option here. We have here protect encrypt password. This will give a password, so nobody can open the file here. And sometimes you have a file, let's say this file, I don't know where it is, okay, where the location. Now we know that it's in Shoaib's folder, but any file if you open from anywhere, let's try outside one folder, documents. Right now I'm not opening that file, Shoaib's folder. Where is the other Excel? Yeah, here Excel day 1, this is another one, okay. This one, take charge of Excel, this one. I'm just open this one. Currently open, I don't know, though somebody's opened this one. Look at this, it's part of security. This file may contain something harmful, so you are agreeing this one. Otherwise you can keep like this. Right now the view is protected view. In the protected view, none of the VBA based codes or this one marquees or any other kind of additional harmful part is not loaded. If you click enable, the moment that will get access and that will work. It's better to keep it like this to see this content only if you are thinking like this is a suspicious file or something. Otherwise click enable. So I want to see the file from where I open the file. There is an option called open file location. Click this button. It shows that the real location of this one. So easily you can go back and make a copy of this file. Like here you can use a copy and you can go to your flash drive or other secondary storage area and you can paste in that file. Okay. So here you do save as, what will happen means you are getting, let's assume that this file is something W. So you can say file save as. Okay, enable saving, and I'm saving into the documents and where is that folder? Shoaib Excel. Okay, here I'm writing this one, which says 6 version 2. Okay, so look, now the file name has changed into day 6 version 2. Our original file was 4. So that way, without moving to a newer version, means your latest file, say the file name and file, you can keep it that and you can save or copy the file from existing files. So this is the easy method. Open file location, find out the file and copy and paste anywhere wherever you want. It will help you to without opening or without moving changing your current file, you can make a copy of that one. Okay, this right now what we did is we got a copy, but the file name is changed and we also moved into the new file. Look at this, I'm right now in the copied file, day 6 version 2. Actually the real file is not this, it's a different file. So without moving to that file, if you want, try this way. Open file location and copy the file and paste in wherever you want, into your own folder or your external hard disk drive or flash drive or whatever it is. Also, Excel contains an option called save and send here. This will allow you to publish your file into many other options, like here we have send as attachment. Okay, so this will help us to send as an email, but make sure that you must have a email management software like Microsoft Outlook or something configured in your computer. Okay, so when you click this one, say send as attachment, it will open. Okay, no Microsoft Outlook profiles have been created. So I think this computer doesn't have a Outlook. What is Outlook? Basically, it's a mail management software. So you need to configure an email account into that Outlook. Then only it will be working properly. And actually, what benefit you will get means when you click this one, automatically the Outlook will be open and one new Compose new email dialog box will open and it will get attached. Only you need to type the to address and CC, BCC address, subject, those subject also filled with the file name. So it's easy you to share this file over email. Okay, so rather than you opening separately and attaching time, some people will face difficulty to locate the file. So here those difficulties are not there because already this file is opening the email window and attach. Only thing is type the content if you want, or the addresses, subject and all, you can set it. That's what we need. Also here we have some other options like you can share with send as PDF, XPS, fax, save to a bizarre. You must have a connection with their FTP website, or you have some online sharing platforms, you can do that. And also your company, if you have SharePoint platforms, you can try that one, save SharePoint. If you want to change the existing file into a different file, you can apply that one. Okay, Sometimes CSV files, comma separated. CSV means it is open file. You can open it mostly. Excel is compatible with that one. Also, some of the other, like example, CSV files. Usually, the address data, contact database are CSV file format. You can upload into Google, Gmail contacts, or you can upload into phones and all possible, because CSV is an open standard for this one is actually not following Excel format, it's following open one. Even XML also same thing, XML is an open standard, and PDF, here the PDF access document, all possible, so you can convert this already. Okay, so that's all for today, and we are concluded our Excel course here. Next class we can start with the Microsoft Office Word. Word will be continuing next class. Okay, if you have any doubts and anything, let me know. Okay. Okay, so today we can wind up right now. Okay. Is it okay, right? Have any doubts right so far?
Sometimes I watch the videos again and then I get it again whenever I get a doubt.
Okay, so again, if you're getting some doubts after watching 2-3 times also, let me know. Okay. I think in the group,
Yes,
we have
yes.
a WhatsApp group, you can share there your queries and all. I can help you in that regard. Okay, so next class we'll start with the Microsoft Word. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.